Hi there, my name is NetherYam, and today we're playing Factorio. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. When we last left off, we had gotten started building our little iron and copper factories. Pretty small, pretty basic. We're definitely going to need a few more copper miners, but, you know, just sort of to get us started, get us moving. We've got a little bit of copper and iron plate production right now, at least just to get us, you know, some resources so that we can start building some stuff. The next thing I'm going to want is the ability to make red science. So, was that what I wanted to do? Was that my first goal? Red science? That seems right. Copper plates and iron gears. That's what I was going to do. So, we're going to do iron gears. Yes. That sounds right. And I think I might do those here. Let's build some nanobots, shall we? We've got our little nanobot emitter. Automatically sends out pre-programmed nanobots based on ammo type. And so we've got termite bots. That's what we're gonna do. Destroys trees in range. I'm just gonna build one and just see what happens. I assume I built two. Oh, wow. It legitimately does just go ham and start cutting down some trees. Okay. Yeah. It'd be kind of nice if I switch to my gun. If I switch to my gun, they stop doing that. Okay, that's good to know. So that's sort of a way to turn them off. I can kind of just switch weapons. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look. I don't get the result. I don't get the resources, so I don't get the wood. So that's certainly a drawback. For now, when I'm actually still making wooden power poles and things like that. And of course, you know, they're not free. I'm almost out of them, the ones I made. They're not crazy expensive, but you know, it's something. And then I do theoretically have to switch out ammo. I'm just doing this so I can get a little bit of wood, just so that we're not totally woodless. I'd like to be able to build pretty much as many power poles as I'd like. And that's that. Now they're done. So, yeah. It's not like any of them come back or anything like that. They just go out, they chew down a tree, and they die. Cool. Let me go ahead and build 5, just for funsies. But yeah, they cost resources. You don't get them back. You don't get the tree resources. So yeah, it's maybe vaguely sort of in getting into the realm of cheating a little bit, but I don't know. I think they're totally fine, and especially when it comes to like construction and destruction, particularly. Like if I decide I don't want any of this anymore, I'm gonna go ahead and maybe start using the nanobots to like take down things, or more importantly, like put up blueprints that I've built several times in the past already, you know. So let me just sort of do a little run through here and let them kind of churn out a little layer of trees here for me. But that blew through. I had 10 canisters, and that just blew through 3 of them with no problem. Oh, interesting that it didn't finish that tree. Do they have a certain amount of work they can do? That's interesting. Anyway, okay. This should be enough for a tiny little plate or gear factory. So I don't have any stone bricks. Ugh. Maybe I should do that first. Or maybe I should just... Yeah, let me put down just a little... This is just going to be sort of temporary. Just a cheeky little stone brick creator thing, just so that I can have a few stone bricks. This will be very, very small, very, very temporary. So let me go ahead and just make a handful of these guys. We'll do, we've got some, I have splitters? I don't have any splitters. Let me get a couple of splitters. And let me get a handful of inserters. I don't know, some number. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this, like this, and we'll move it down like that. This will just grab, maybe we'll do 3 and 3. We'll do this really quick, really, oh wait. What am I thinking? Not this. I don't want more iron. I need to split the coal, not the coal and iron. Okay. You there. I've made a mistake. Oh, that was a huge disaster. Oh well. I should have pulled it off to the side, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay, so then we'll go ahead and split this, and then again, really temporary. Whoop. There we go. Really temporary, just to get something, just to get a little bit of stone brick action. Definitely gonna need more of those. Definitely gonna need more of these. A little this. Okay. Cool. Let's just power it up. It is what it is. It's always the case with wooden power poles. What are you gonna do? What's happening? Okay, that was weird. I don't know why these ones got the stone in them first. Very strange. Anyway, let me just grab a little box. We're gonna go ahead and just put this guy right here. Give it a little power pole. Again, very temporary. We're just getting some stone bricks. Okay. And for now, that's just so I can do my ghost without having to faff around. Okay, so this is gonna go here. We're gonna do a similar sort of vibe here to this, but this is obviously gonna be assembly machines. Whoa, because I'm very out of iron plates. Grabbing this tiny chunk that was in here was just not enough. All right, give me some number. And then some assembly machines. I'm just gonna build a couple of things for now while I plan this out. So we're gonna do, let's do like 8 for now. So we'll do resources coming in. Copy paste, thanks. Why are you telling me about that now? Okay. I knew that. We'll go ahead and get obviously these in, because iron gears don't take anything fancy, just iron plates turn into iron gears. So pretty simple, 1-to-1 in out. And then we'll go ahead and grab the output going in the other direction. Let's see. I'm actually gonna move this down a little bit to be like this, so that we can put our little inputs, outputs, keeping this path clear once it's all built. All right, and then our outputs. I can't set these, can I? Be nice if I could tell it what factory to be. Maybe you can, but I don't know. Anyway, okay, so, and then actually these don't really need to be here for now. Although this, I suppose, is going to go and be meet up with whatever is, actually, I guess they both are. Because the theory is, right, the whole point of this is to be able to build this over and over again, and then these things will just sort of sync up. They will line up with, they'll connect with the ones that are above it, and so on and so forth. So we'll take this and we'll just connect it with that one. And there we go. Okay, lovely. Yeah, don't hate it. And then this is just gonna be like this. Sweet. All right, so that's gonna be another one of our little factory setups. You know, this won't work for everything. Some things are obviously gonna have multiple inputs, so on and so forth, but this is just gonna be our little thing. Let's see, I feel like I saw something. I feel like I saw something that said that you can copy tiles. That there's a way to paste tiles. Blueprint book. Okay. Blueprint. Nope. Boy, I don't understand how this game works at all. Blueprint library. Game blueprints. These are blueprints. I mean, maybe it has to be a blueprint thing. Or maybe it's a setting? Setting seems aggressive. Ooh. I don't want to mess around here too long. Paste. I feel like I saw something that said you could paste tiles. Fuzzy search. But I don't remember where that was. I'll look into that for later. Okay. For now, this is fine. So I think I actually am going to get rid of this though for now, because I don't know if that's exactly where I want it. Although I guess it sort of is. Well, no, it isn't actually, because I want this path. I want this path to line up at the very least. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this and move it up one. And maybe we'll put it, I don't think it matters so much left or right where I put it, as long as it's not gonna overlap with this, because this is gonna be the most eastward side of this factory. It's all gonna move up left. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. So let me go ahead and sketch this out. Oh, oh no. Ow. Well, what was I expecting? Nope. There we go. Okay. So now, theoretically, I'm gonna go ahead and make 7 more assemblers. We're gonna make, that's 8, 16, so 10, 15, 16. We're gonna need a fair amount of plates. We got enough undergrounders, and we're gonna need a big chunk of stone bricks. Cool. And then, last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and do some nanobots. Range, revives entity ghosts in range using items in your inventory. We'll do a few of those. Okay. Because theoretically, I don't have to build this. Right? Right? I think so. I don't know. I've never used them before. I don't want to. So, a handful of pocket craft in here. But I think it'll be fun and worth it to to put this, to just have little nanobots put this together for me and just see how that goes. Oh, we're gonna need some power poles too. Oh my gosh. Power poles are tragic at the moment. All right, so we'll do here, here. This is where how I usually set up my poles with the wooden poles. Ow, why did you cross? That doesn't make any sense. Pfft, annoying. Okay. Let's build a couple of copper wires, just because apparently it wants to be difficult today. Like, why did that do that? That usually works without that shenanigans. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. This I don't actually, I don't know what we're gonna do with that yet. That might end up being that intense. So yeah, I would say more copper, but I guess we do have sort of a backup of copper belts or copper plates at the moment. So not gonna worry too much about that just yet. All right, let's put these guys in place, and then just see what they do. Go. Neat. They're doing their thing. Oh, and they go fast. They go very, very fast. You need a lot of those guys in order to really get anything done. I've already blown through like half of... Yep. Interesting that I'm out. But it's still going. Okay. That's interesting. Cool. I dig it. I appreciate how that worked. I like it. I plan to do more of that. Just to more or less make my life a lot easier. Okay. So we were left with a couple of... Nope. Nope. Oh, they did not. However, they were not particularly intelligent when it came to that. So, whatever. Not the end of the world. Okay, I'm not even... Well, We'll probably have to move some stuff around. I may have wanted to think about this a little bit more intently. Let me do this. Let me actually swap these around. We're gonna go sides down, middle up instead. And what that'll allow us to do is we'll put our little source belt thing up here instead. That way we don't have to mess around down here as much. We're still obviously gonna need to find a place to send all this stuff, but we'll figure it out. Okay, first of all, let me put my wire here just so that I can get rid of these silly things. Come on, guys. Come on now. Unnecessary. Look how much cleaner that looks. Sort of. Yeah, those will go there. Now everyone is happy, ready to go. Let's set these to iron gears. Set the rest of these to iron gears as well. Hello? There we go. Okay. So, now we just need to get iron to these belts, or iron plates rather, to these belts. And then, whoa. Aggressive. Okay, and then we're gonna have to also figure out some way of getting the... Oh, I'm sending them up. Is that what I want to do? Yeah, probably, actually. So yeah, why don't we say this is gonna go like that, and then we'll send this belt up like that, and then we'll do ghosts for now because I don't have enough belts to not, and then we'll say this is gonna be a little like mini bus coming in of belts, and then we'll do a little boop, and I'm not even going to pretend to figure that out logistically at the moment. We'll do it here as well. that this will be logistically sensible, you know, in once we actually build this. Just pretend that's logistically sensible. Oh, I actually put a thing there. Oh, well, doesn't matter. Okay, let me get a billion belts. How do I make belts? Okay, so gears are going to be useful. So the next thing, we'll do science first. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll do belts first. Since belts obviously are a little bit of a bottleneck at the moment in terms of just having to build a bunch of them by hand, which is a pain. I hate it. You hate it. We all hate it. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think... I'd like these nice guys to not get in the way unless the whole system is full. You know what I mean? So what we're gonna do is, I think we'll split this. So let's go ahead and pretend that there's a big old bus here of these resources as we go. Because as we make this thing bigger, then this will end up being more like that. And this probably will eventually go away, and we'll figure out how to organize like a little mall or something for ourselves at a later date. But for now, I think what I'm going to do is just take this before that and send this in this direction. And again, we'll deal with the logistics of how we'd actually start splitting these things off in the future. For now, I just want to get these up here and moving. Cool. Love it. Love that's how many belts we got. And we might do more as we go, but eventually this will fill. And so it shouldn't matter a ton. Once that fills, it'll just backlog. And all will be lovely. So what I'm going to do is a little bit of a bleh, but it is what it is for now. I don't love it. Oh. Actually, I really don't love it. Oh, man. I really should have built this. I really should have built this better. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? It right? Nobody's got time for that. Certainly not this guy. Cool. And then that actually worked perfectly without a single other belt. All right. More belts, please. Because I'm actually not done. Actually, no. No, that's fine. We'll just move this straight in. And we'll just pretend this is what all it's gonna be for now. So that splits them evenly, so they should be. Oh. Remember when I built this? How many of you were yelling at me through your screens? Be honest. Write it in the comments. When did you notice that I was being a dummy? Immediately? Probably. All right, we'll just go right along here then. And then that way. Oh my. Forgot how I was doing my own thing. We'll do the same thing though here where we're not gonna keep that. So that we could do this split will be even. Okay, and the logistics here are, well, for now. There's gonna be a lot of for nows in this playthrough particularly, but in this build for sure. Where we'll fix stuff later. I promise. He said obviously lying. There we go. I love it. Do you love it? It's awesome. All right, let's fix this. Let's fix this. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's perfect. It's lovely. Everyone loves it. I love it. You love it. Okay. So, so now we got to do something with these gears. All of this giant surplus of gears that we have here. We have to figure out what to do with them. And that's where this is going to get a little bit dicey. I mean, I know. Don't worry, I know. I can see it. Yeah. You don't have to tell me. This is where it's going to get even more dicey. Because, like, the plan is I would like this gear factory to also be able to get a little bit bigger. Probably in an upper right direction, right? There'll be another one of these here. And then maybe here. And then maybe 3 more here. Right? And more. So where am I going to put my belt factory? I can't put it right here. Because that's what's going to be in the way of this potential. But I don't know how big this is going to be. So we're just gonna have to pick a pseudo random place for the belt factory, and then I'm gonna have to run all these plates to it wherever that's gonna be. Isn't this great? I'm having a blast. Oh look, gears. Well, actually no, because all these chests are clearly empty. So. Yeah, where are we going to put the belt factory? And the belt factory is it's going to be a 2-person thing. Unless we want to do something, but we've kind of already not done that. Or we're just doing belts. Now we could compartmentalize everything, right? We can condense everything down to where instead of having a belt factory, we just send plates, you know, the raw elements essentially into, or at least, you know, slightly raw elements into a factory that both converts the iron into gears as well as makes belts, right? That would certainly clear up a lot of that. And then how would that go at the end? Like let's think long-term-ish for now, and let's start considering what will this world look like once we have things like trains, potentially drones and that kind of thing. So it would kind of be nice. I kind of want more logistics though, right? So like if every single factory was completely self-contained and all I had to do was send it raw ore, right? We could theoretically build it so self-contained that all you put in was the raw ore it needed and not even the smelted resources. But that's not even how the game thinks about it, right? The game thinks about the elemental materials, the total raw materials, as plates, not ore. So I think that might be even going a little bit too far. That would be kind of interesting though. All you do is you ship around iron, coal, iron, copper, and coal all over the place, and then each little factory processes that raw iron and copper into the final result. So it makes all of its own green chips and iron gears and iron plates. That would be, I think, maybe madness. But I love the idea of my vision of the potential future of this world is where we have all these factories that really only do make one thing, right? The iron gear factory, the belt factory, the green circuit factory, the blue circuit factory, all this stuff. And then they'll just start to feed each other, right? So obviously we have an iron gear factory. So this is going to have to ship the iron gears all over the place. You know, it's going to have to ship it to the belt factory, to the red science factory, to everything that needs iron gears. And so this factory is going to have to become huge, or there's going to have to be multiple iron gear factories, and then somehow start to transport them. Right now it's going to be belts. I'd love that to eventually be trains to try to start moving these resources around the world. So theoretically, where I put the belt factory, say, or the red science factory, you know, theoretically somewhere kind of far away isn't unreasonable once I have trains. But if I say, oh yeah, the belt factory is going to go up here right now, I'm gonna start running belts all over the place, and that's gonna be a real nightmare. So I'd rather not do that at this particular moment. I'd rather, but you know, the more that I say, oh, we'll fix this once we have belts, or once we have trains, the more I do that, the more of a spaghetti monster this is going to become, while we're quote unquote waiting for trains. So I don't know. Spaghetti monster it might have to be, or spaghetti monster in the other way. Let's call that a jellyfish monster, where it's got its little noodles going all over the place because we decide, well, this iron plate or iron gear factory is going to say, let's say it's going to be 3 of these wide by, I don't know, 4 of these wide. So let's say it's going to be about this big in the end, right? Well, maybe just sort of assuming that we're going to wipe this iron or vein off the map at some point. But let's just say this is going to end up being about this big. So we could theoretically say, all right, belts are going to go here. And then I guess that doesn't, I don't hate that. If we just sort of assume these things are going to be a certain size, and then if they have to be bigger than that, because we've now put something next to them or above them or whatever, we just have to make a new, there has to be now 2 iron gear factories instead of just 1. I certainly don't hate that. So yeah, maybe just saying, hey, this one is going to be 3x4 or whatever, 3x3, 3x5, 5 by whatever. We could pick whatever size we want, but maybe just go ahead and just make it discrete, and we could even start putting down the ghosts so that so we know where it's going to be. We'll just start ghosting these things out, knowing how big these factories are going to be, and then we can start putting them next to each other, and then I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how that evolves then into trains, but it's gonna have to. So we'll find out. Anyway, I think it's gonna have to do it for today's episode. When I come back with more Factorio, maybe we'll do that. We'll start to plan out how big this factory is actually going to be. Obviously, this is going to be a pretty small factory. At some point, we're probably going to have to think about how to increase the density of these little blocks. 8 is probably not quite big enough. Even 8 times 3 times 5 or whatever it's going to be is probably still pretty small in the end. So we're going to have to think about, like, what do our little factories look like? You know, like right now I kind of like this, and it's pretty expandable for this early game. But at some point, 8 is just going to seem like an absurdly small number, and we might need to think about how these little repeating patterns might need to be bigger. You know, they might need to be this big, and then we make 3x5 of those instead of these, you know, something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyway, for now, I'm liking what we're doing. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't wait to see you again. I hope you have an incredible day. Okay, bye.
Thank you again for watching the video. If you'd like to see more from me, feel free to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified when my videos go live. I'd also very much love to hear from you down in the comments below.